Warning, this next commentary is pretty graphic. If you're under the age of 18, who gives a fuck? So anyways, I gotta tell you this, guys. It's pretty cool. Pretty crazy story. It's true. It happened. Real life, maybe. I don't know. So anyways, there's this guy, right? And he's with this girl, and they've been married for, 15 years. I mean, long time to be with someone for the rest of your life and everything, and 15 years so far, and they're still, young, and they're very active. They do a lot of stuff together and everything. And so lately, they haven't been able to have sex or anything. The wife is just like, I don't feel like having sex anymore, I just don't want it. I don't see the point of it. And the guy, he's like, oh man, like every guy. But this dude is like really horny, like every day, 3 times a day, he wants sex from his wife. He's like, now, please, please, please. And he's like begging her and everything. He's like, can we please have sex? And she's just like, nope. So he just, wants to go masturbate. So he goes in the bathroom and he just starts jerking it. And she just walks in on him and was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm beating off because you don't want to have sex with me. And she's like, oh, well, that's just straight up bullshit. You shouldn't be having a jack off just because I want to have sex with you. What, you can't go a day? And, it was a day. And he's like, well, shit, okay, she's right, whatever. And so he quits. And this goes on for a week. Like, he can't masturbate. She won't have sex with him or anything. She's very controlling. And he's just like, what the fuck do I do? So he's just got to find a way to release this sexual tension, a.k.a. by hand. And, yes, masturbate. And so, like, he just has this crazy idea. He's like, I got to go somewhere. And so, like, he can't do it in his house or else his wife will catch him. He must moan very loud or something like that. I don't know the details. And he's like, I got this crazy idea. Maybe I'll go to work and do it. So, he goes to work and he's sitting at his desk. He's like, well, I can't do it here. My boss will catch me and I'll get fired. So at least he's logical about this, So he's like, well, shit, I'll get fired. And so he goes to the bathroom and he's like, well, shit, maybe my feet will be like scrambling in the stall and everything and somebody will catch me. Then I'll still get fired. And so he's like driving home and he's like, maybe I'll do it in the car. I'll just whip it out right now and start going to town, And he's like, well, shit, somebody might drive by and catch me and they'll call the cops and then I'll go to prison and then I'll really get a rub and tuck and that's not cool. And so, like, he's just, he's like, well, I'm really desperate. I got to do something. So check this out, guys. He gets out of his car. First he stops on the freeway, of course. So he's on the freeway going home. He stops. He gets out of the car. He gets under the car. And this is crazy. He's under the car, whips it out, and just starts beating off. And, immediately, within seconds, he's like, damn, this feels so good. It's so awesome. I'm glad I'm doing this. Nobody can see me. I'm underneath my car. I'm pretty low. It just looks like I'm working on it or something, That would be the excuse if somebody stops by. He'll be like, yeah, I'm just working on my car. And so it's feeling so good, his toes are pointing down. It feels so good. He starts to close his eyes and he throws his head back and everything and he's starting to moan and shit like that. And he feels this little tug, like something, like it was almost like wind blowing on his leg. He feels this little tug on his leg and he just ignores it. He just says, oh, that was just wind. And, all the cars driving by, they do blow a lot of wind on you and everything. And so he just keeps going to town and he's just jerking it like crazy. And he's just, got his eyes closed the whole time and everything. And then suddenly he hears a car door slam. And he just says, oh, don't worry about that. That's just, somebody maybe stop and I'll just, use my excuse and everything. And he hears, excuse me, this is the police. And he's like, oh, shit, don't panic. And they say, what are you doing down there? And he says, oh, I'm just checking my car. I was leaking oil and everything. And they said, well, we understand that, but you might want to do that somewhere else. It's kind of dangerous where you're at right now. Oh, no, I can't drive my car. It was overheating. He says, oh, yes, but you might want to check your car 10 feet down the hill that way where it landed.